Welcome back, Cash Club. Man, it's been a minute, man. But I'm back here with another reaction, man. We gotta talk about Shedeur. We gotta do it. We gotta say something, man. So let's get into that, man. We gotta do it.
Kind of in a divide about Shedeur's performance, so I'm kind of really excited to hear what you guys have to say. So, Cody, I'm going to start with you. I love your quarterback analysis, so give him a letter grade.
I'm not going to give him a letter grade, actually.
Oh.
Because I think it would be unfair to put a letter grade on any individual in this game. Because let's start with what happened going into this game, right? The Browns offense, not just Shedeur, the offense is already at a disadvantage going into this game. Why? Because, and these aren't excuses, these are facts. I want to put this out there because I've been a rookie quarterback playing for Cleveland in this exact situation, dealing with injuries, and you're back up against the wall and in a tough situation. So this is from experience. But they go into that game without 3 starting offensive linemen. On top of that, they lose a 4th starting offensive lineman. Their right guard, Jenkins, goes out during the game, who's already filling in for Wyatt Teller.
Yep.
So they're out 4 offensive.
Hey, I'm a Shedeur guy. So I gotta hear this, man. I want to. Before I give any judgment, I haven't watched this. This is my first time with y'all. So let me just see. Hold on.
Offensive line in that game. You're also out David Njoku, who is a premier pass catcher on that offense. I know Fannin has stepped up, you got Jerry Jeudy, but David Njoku is a difference maker. I played with Njoku when he was a young rookie in Cleveland. He is an athlete. He's a big-time player on that team. But looking back at the offensive line, what happens when your offensive line is injured like that? 1, you can't protect, but 2, you can't run the football. And what is a young quarterback's best friend? The run game. The Browns ran the ball for 50 yards yesterday, and 24 of those, Skip, were Shedeur's 2 scrambles. So let's take that out of that. They had 26 rushing yards on 14 carries as an offense. That's 1.8 yards per attempt. I don't care who you are at quarterback against.
Speak your facts. Speak your facts. You got to put that out there. I didn't want to sound like I was pandering or going, but I'm just saying. I mean, damn. Nothing. Depleted.
That talented of a football team, like Chicago is, you're not going to win the game running the ball for 26 yards and having to force your quarterback to make continuous 3rd down conversions over and over and over. That is a difficult spot to be in. You have to be able to run the football. Stefanski, Tommy Reese, they've got to come up with a better run game plan, especially on early down and distances to put you in an advantageous situation on 3rd down. That's one thing. The other thing, too, with this is that, and look, I'll say this. Were there some negative things that happened for Shedeur in this game? Absolutely. I'm not going to run from that. I'm not going to sugarcoat it.
I agree. He got 2 picks for bad. Yeah, bad.
But he'll tell you the same thing. He'll look you in the face and say, I didn't play good enough. But there also are a lot of positives that have happened over these first 4 starts. And there were some positives yesterday as well. And you can't, as a young quarterback, and I fell victim to this, but you can't, as a young quarterback, let these losses and these bad throws and some of these bad performances overshadow some of the positives that you are doing as a rookie quarterback. Because if you do that, you lose your confidence in yourself, but you also lose your confidence in your ability to succeed in the NFL. And you guys know, once you lose your confidence, it is extremely difficult, especially as a quarterback in a media market like Cleveland, to gain that back. But
See, this is my thing. I mean, one, he's very quick to talk about this because he literally was in the same situation, like he said. Cleveland's a dog shit franchise. I think they do terrible player development. They do have a good class, whatever they do. But like, you gotta get Stefanski out of there. You just have to. They should announce that firing today. You're not going anywhere. Shake it up, man. Like, they need an offensive mind. Like, and people try to kill Shedeur, but Cam Ward isn't playing well. Jackson Dart lost to the Commanders, who are complete ass. Like, at a certain point, like, he has to play well every single time for them to give him a little bit of, like, even when last game against the Titans where he just balled out, he barely got anything. If that was any other rookie quarterback, we would have gave him the world. So he's in a messed up position, if I'm being honest.
I don't think he's done that yet. I feel confident that he still has belief in himself. He knows that he can get to where he needs to be. The other thing, too, I will say that was a disadvantage for that offense is one of the most important things on the road, starting fast. Well, what happened to them? They started on their own 1-yard line. The first play, false start. The next play, we have 12 men on the field.
Well, wait a second. They start at the half-yard line.
Half-yard line. Right? That's what I said. Their own 1-yard line.
Yeah.
Then, apparently, his wristband paper, it fell out, all of those things. So, you've got to start fast. And why is that tough, too? Because when you go into a game, I'm practicing all week my first 15. These are plays 1 through 15 that I'm going to run, and then we'll sprinkle in 3rd down, 4th down, second and long, whatever it may be throughout the week. But I know the night before, I'm visualizing the first 15. The day of, I'm visualizing the first 15.
What do y'all think about that wristband thing, though? Like, I don't know. Like, I know people are going to maximize everything, so that's why I always take it with a grain of salt, but, like, I don't know. It just seems very weird. I'll say that. It seems very, very, very weird. So, I don't know what to do about that.
When you get backed up, that first 15 goes out the window. You got to go straight to, which I think fell out of his wristband, straight to that backed up section of your call sheet and start there. And those aren't plays that you practice all week. You practice backed up maybe one time throughout the week. So that's tough to start fast. But with all that being said, let's get to the film.
And it's Friday.
Huh?
You practice backed up on Friday.
For one series.
2 plays.
You get 2 plays of backed up, and then we're going back to red zone goal line, right? Because you don't expect to be backed up like that a lot in the game. So to start like that, it's all a disadvantage. And again, I'm not just putting this on the Shedeur. This is the entire offense as a whole. This is why they're in a bad situation. But looking at the tape and being honest, like I mentioned, there are some negatives, there are some positives. Let's start with some of the negatives. Obviously, we don't have time to go through the entire tape, but some of the interceptions. The first one, 100% on Shedeur. That is a bad throw. That's something to learn from, though. Those are learning, teachable moments. But what he does is they're going to motion over. He's going to do a great job of selling the fake, right? I like turning his back to the defense, extending the ball out, making those linebackers bite up, which they did. But the most important thing you have to...
Hey, if I'm being honest here, he made some bad throws, man. He did. He forced it. And I don't know. For me personally, man, people are going to push for a quarterback next year. They're waiting for him to fail. This is the game. He showed him to fail. People have to take this into account, though. I'm a Bears fan at heart, but I do root for Shedeur. The Bears, every quarterback, it's a lot of take. Like, even Jalen Hurts, these interceptions that we've had this year, it's been a lot. Turnovers, like, we're known for that. So you throw a rookie in there in his 4th start on a team that's terrible, depleted, and the coach that the organization really don't believe in him. That's just tough for anybody. Like, when I see Jackson Dart or Cam Ward when they're out there, they play so free. They don't feel like I'm not saying Shedeur doesn't, but like, there's not this looming, if you mess up, you're going to lose your spot. I'm just saying, if I'm being honest here. But I'm going to let him finish this. If he keeps going, I'm kind of skip over it. I want to hear everybody else's kind of reaction to it. I don't want to just harp on this.
Do after you sell that fake is what? Get my head back around. I have to locate the defense as I'm putting my back foot in the ground. Check, check. He does all of that perfectly. But the next thing is you have to manipulate that free player with the throw. The linebacker was the free player. There's 2 things you can do when there's a linebacker in your vision. 1 is you throw it over them, or 2 is you throw it around them. You can't throw it over them because this is a line throw to Fannin, and you have Byard who's already driving on that. So what do? I hang a half second longer and I throw it around him. That's something you learn from. Instead, Shedeur threw it right at him. It would have been behind Fannin as well. Still would have been a bang-bang play, but to me, great fake, eyes are in the right spot. Just finish the rep with a good throw. That's something you're going to learn from. You got to get that in practice. If I'm Tommy Reese, I'm writing that play down. We're going back. We're working on that. Now, I'll talk about the second interception in a second because I know that's the one that's there's some controversy about. The third interception, that's on Shedeur as well. This is another negative in this game.
C.J. Gardner-Johnson you're talking about.
It was a fucking excellent pick.
It is, but listen.
Hey, I was gonna say that CJ. I mean, that's probably one of the best additions that the Bears have had, kind of in the free market. I'm not gonna say just this whole offseason, but he's really good. He's very experienced. He played championship football, so you gotta do that. And that's an excellent interception. But hey, I don't care if you play football or you just play Madden. If you don't put enough on there, that they're gonna come under, they're gonna intercept that. That's a tough ball. That's a tough window. When I watch Shedeur play, he's kind of not more. Everybody tries to do the Tom Brady thing, which obviously no. To me, he's a gunslinger. Again, when I say this, I'm not saying he's this. I'm saying this is his prototype. Again, there's levels to it. You can be basement level or you can be at the penthouse. But he gives me that Brett Favre, how Brett Favre would try to make these tough throws. He's throwing the ball down the field. I'm not saying he has that arm, but I'm just saying how they are. That's just me. I'm just being honest. He just throws it. He throws it around the field. You can have Dylan Gabriel out there, but he's gonna give you. You're gonna be. It's just gonna be a 10-3 game or 10-20. It's just I don't know.
Listen, why do I count this as a negative? Because what you have on this play is you have a levels concept. You have a V route, which is a deep clear out by the receiver. Then you have a high-low with Fannin, and you have Bates, one of their backup tight ends, running a high-low, a corner, and a flat. Normally, you're working that V if they just flash open. That's just a runoff. We call it a gump route. run, Forrest, run, clear everybody out, get the corner to turn and run out of there, which they do. But I'm high-lowing Gardner Johnson. At the snap, he already tells you what he's going to do. He turns his back to Bates, bails out, and he's running away.
He lined up on the line of scrimmage.
He did,
like
he did. But Skip, as you hit the top of your drop, that's the guy that I'm focused on. I'll peek the V if it's there, but I'm focused on that flat zone defender. That's my only read. 1 to 2 to run, throw away. That is it. As soon as you...
This is one thing I enjoy about this show, though, and I'm probably, I have to skip. Hey, YouTube has rules. Hey, YouTube got his rules. We got to put that out there. This show more than anyone, it's there. I mean, every other show is so narrative based. I'm not saying this show is not. It has that, but they break down football actually more than anything else that I actually see. I watched the first takes. I watched the other ones. It's all narrative based. It's all hot takes. There's hot takes here, but they break down stuff where, like, yes, if you're not a football nerd, you probably get bored of it, but it's very informative if if you're really trying to get to know the sport, or if you do know the sport, you're a football enthusiast, a football purist. I think you'll enjoy this. It's just a good breakdown.
You see Gardner Johnson bail out and run away, just take a profit. Take Bates in the flat, move on. Instead of a 20-yard gain, it's 5 or 10 yards. That's fine, but we're going to go back and we'll dial something up later on.
What was the score?
Yeah.
It's 28-3.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We don't want to profit at this point. We're trying to break the fucking bank.
It doesn't matter, though. In that moment, you got to think, Shedeur, yes, is trying to win the game, but he's also trying to win a job and show that he can do the simple things right. Because the 3 plays before that...
No, he's not.
Yes, he is. The 3
plays
plays...
the game. That's what's on his mind.
So take a profit. You can't try to force the corner out.
Taking a profit is what got Dylan Gabriel has sat on the bench.
No,
all the profits in the world.
No, because I'm going to get to the positives in a second, because he does a lot of things better than Dylan Gabriel, especially with his downfield action. There are positives in this game. I'm just saying the 3 plays before that, check down to Judkins, got a gain. Took the underneath route to Fannin. You also got to realize, too, when it's 28-3, what's the defense doing? We're playing deep. Just take everything underneath and try to extend drives, which he did on the last drive, did a really good job of. Now, they didn't finish in the end zone, but when you're back against the wall, it's 28-3. I know you want to make the hero play, but sometimes you have to make the right play.
Well, I thought Gardner Johnson just made a hell of a play.
It was a hell of a play.
He made a play that's why he's C.J. Gardner Johnson, because Shedeur seen him bailing, like, he can't get there. He threw it, and shit, he burst and got there and picked it, bro. So it was a hell of a play.
One thing about Keith, he ain't gonna play about who he messed with. You can see how he looking at. He looking about to get it right now on somebody, man. He ain't gonna play about who he messed with. I'll give it to him. Hey, I will give that to you. He gonna give you the real. Now, I think they're both right. I think, yes, you cannot do that, but it's weird you're 28-3, you're trying to make a play. But that is a hell of a pick. That's a hell of a pick. And the Bears are known for that. They got ball hawks everywhere. It's kind of hell, especially, and this is the messed up part that they put him in. He said it earlier. They can't run the ball. Now you're down. So you got to throw the ball every time against a team that's known for getting an interception. That's a very strange place to put a rookie. But people won't say that on these other shows. The first thing they'll do, you go to Twitter, Cleveland Sports Radio, there'll be some defenders there, but they're going to be like, see, I told you, we need a quarterback. That's why it's a dog shit franchise. They won't stick with anybody. They won't develop. You got to go. Knowing everything around him is shitty, they will not give him that. Did he play bad? Yes. Develop him. Imagine if, now let him play that game in a whole year. Flacco played the first 3-4 weeks, whatever he did. And Shedeur now, okay, come on, Shedeur. Come out there. We believe in you. We want you to develop. Dylan, come on, Dylan. We see what you can go. Deshaun, like, that's anybody. If Cam Moore was in that position, it'll be the same thing. Jackson Dart just locked up because Russell Wilson was so damn bad they had to get rid of him, and he had Jameis Winston, which at the time nobody took him serious. Now Jameis Winston did ball when he got there, but he was like, there was like no real threat. Russ is about to be out the league. You're the guy. You're first. Like, it's just different, man. So like, people have to take that into account. I hate that people don't. I really do. Like fucking these blob bodies like Jason Whitlock will never do it, and it's frustrating.
My point. Go ahead, Skip. Go ahead.
C.J. Gardner Johnson isn't a U, but he's kind of in the ballpark of ball hawk.
because everywhere he has gone, good things have happened.
Hell yeah.
And good things are happening in Chicago because
But
they
my point is not can.
Hold on, Cody.
Go ahead.
What Cody's talking about, we actually went over yesterday, is reading that corner's body language, which is what I'm saying about going through your reads versus reading the defense. When the ball snap, he has to read that corner.
Yes.
Then cover 3. When that corner hips open up
But we
inside,
understand that.
that corner is not there.
So the
We
corner,
understand that.
You take that guy
But the corner,
underneath.
it was there.
so he was up the edge of the line of scrimmage.
We could put 20 other safeties in that same spot. They're going to run it up.
But
Not be able to
you
get
not
it.
gonna
take
get
that
there.
underneath, that tight end that released late, that's your throw right there.
Yeah.
That shit going to get you 4 yards in a shootout.
What's wrong with that, though?
Yeah.
Because it's 28-3. We don't need that.
But you can't lose
What we
sight.
doing?
Look,
Okay,
you
but
can't
now we
lose
just
sight.
pressing.
Sometimes when you're down 28-3, you got to press.
You still got to play football, though.
He pressed last week and made throws. I mean,
gotta
ain't
play
no
football.
difference.
He did, but when they presented themselves, and he did it in this game, I'm going to talk about in a second. My whole point is what Jared's saying. I'm just going through the basics of the read. I don't care if it's Shedeur, if it's any quarterback, if it's a young guy in a teachable moment. I see that flat zone defender turn and bail, put his back to Bates, run out of there full speed like this. Just take a profit. He'll pick up 5 to 10 yards, move on, and then maybe we come back to it. And now he's seen that. I give a shoulder shimmy to the flat, and then I rip. I thought that was a dime by Shedeur.
Still one. All right.
Okay, to the other pick.
Yeah.
So that pick to me, I thought that was a dime by Shedeur.
was.
I do.
It
I
was.
think that was a hell of a
Throw
throw.
of the day.
Listen, you have Jerry Judy, you have Jerry Judy. He beats John.
All right, now let's get to the positives. Hey, I'm an objective fan. Hey, I'll hear the negatives and I'll agree with the negatives. I will. But that was a dime. We being real, that was a dime. Jerry Judy gotta get the hell out of there though. They hate you, brother. I don't think you as bad as they say you are, but I don't think as good as you think you are. So you somewhere in that realm. I think you're a football. You're definitely not a number 1 wide receiver. Absolutely not. Nobody. Could you go to somewhere else and be a 2 or 3? I mean, a 3. I don't know if you'd be a 2. I mean, a 2 is like, okay, you're at the cusp of a 2. 3, yes. You can get you some throws, but you need to be on a good franchise, good system. Like you had a terrible season, and that's bad. And like to give him an interception on that, Judy, come on now. You got to ring that in. I know Jalen Johnson's a dog. I know. But that was bad.
Johnson off the line, right? Gives him a little move. Yeah, does he get a yard to where everyone's saying, oh, throw it over the top? No, it's not just tunnel vision. There's other players on the field. They have a too high look, right? So you have Byard, who is a ball hawk.
He is.
He is outside, 4 yards outside the hash. If you throw that with air and throw a 3-ball to the back pylon with Byard, who already has 5 to 6 yards of depth on him, the longer the ball's in the air, the more the DB can make up on the play. He's going to go pick that every single time. I don't care what you say. He threw a back shoulder. Judy, in my opinion, Johnson got his hand in there, but Judy, in my opinion, I would have liked to see him get a little more body control, extend his hands out and pull it away. It's a back shoulder throw that we see the greats make all the
Hit
time.
him in the chest.
Hit him in the chest. It did him in the chest. For Judy's sake, I'd like to see him use his hands. I think he tried to do late hands and try to sell it instead of just extending his hands out and grabbing it. But again, hits you in the chest, you got to catch that, especially if you're wide receiver 1. So I don't put that on Shedeur at all. I thought that
remember,
was a great throw.
Jalen Johnson made the Pro Bowl the last 2 years.
He's a good player.
He's really good.
But when you're a DB, you know this. When my head's turned, that's open in the NFL. When I'm not looking at you, my eyes aren't to the quarterback, I'm going to throw you open. That was a perfect throw, in my opinion. Right off his ear hole, right to that back shoulder.
I completely agree. I said this. People argue this on Twitter or whatever. Twitter is just, that's a shit show. But I argue like, no, that's a dime. And I think most people saw that. That's a dime. That was like, I said, other than that Caleb Williams pass, well, he had 2 of them. But that one of DJ Moore was incredible. But that was there. Like, that was beautiful, perfectly thrown. You just got to reel that in if you wide receiver 1. I'm sorry. Rashee Rice is reeling that in. Obviously, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, who could be a wide receiver 1 on another team. Like, Zay Fly. I think most people can read. That's in there. At best, it's not an interception, if I'm just being honest.
Hit him in the chest, you got to make that catch. Now to the positives, because there were some positives. And again, I know everyone likes to look at the stats and the QBR and all of that, and the interceptions. You can't. You got to watch the tape, because there's some high-level throws on there that show you he has a high ceiling, and he can be a legit starter of the NFL. The first one is that deep post to Isaiah Bond.
It was beautiful.
On 3rd and 10. The process skip is even more beautiful, though, because they walk 8 guys up to the line of scrimmage. It looks like it might be cover 0, but instead Byard's deep. He's at that 1 high look. All right, 1 high. It's either cover 3 zone blitz or it's cover 1. They're going to bail out. Well, instead, they go to a cover 2 man invert, right? So they invert to the right side, meaning that corner's playing safety, and the safety is now playing that corner spot. You have Byard going outside. You have man outside. But where's my winner against cover 2 man? The slot to Bond. And who's covering him? What Shedeur recognizes, TJ Edwards. That's a mismatch as well as it being.
Do you see the high level football talk that you're hearing? Now I know he's over talking, and I said I was gonna skip, and I am. But I'm over here. Look, I got stuck. I'm gonna be real. I got stuck listening. I'm in the Madden league. I can't play no more. Hey, I'm shot. I'm done. Madden. Hey, I'm picking it up. I might start. Hold on. You might hear that right now. I might start playing right now. Let me put it down. I'm tripping. You almost just heard that beat. You almost just heard. I'm tripping.
A too high shell. I'm going to work the middle of the field. You remember how Coach Gruden was saying, right now, bang? That's that play. He went 1, 2, 3, hitch. I process. I know where it's at. Foot in the ground, ball. If he throws that a half second later, then that's going to get intercepted or knocked down by Byard. But he's great in his prep throughout the week. He understood what the play was. As a rookie, I'd be like, oh, shit, I'm checking to a cover 0. I'm getting out of this. But no, he understood what the defense was going to be. And then the other positive was also the other throw to Bond on that post. Looked like it was cover 1. We motion him over. Right goes with them, gets outside. Hey, in and out. You take out, I'll take in. Jalen Johnson's on the outside of him. Instead, at the snap, Shedeur recognizes instead of cover 1, it goes to cover 0. Both linebackers on the inside blitz. They're bringing 6. We only have 5. But you're bringing pressure from depth. So I know I can let that route develop. You get a basic post with outside leverage. That's a dot. He's getting hit in the chest, taking that hit, throwing it over the top, dropping it in the bucket. That is high-level stuff. And look, I'm not trying to sit here and preach the whole time about good, bad, all these different things, but I think it's important to not just look at the stats and look at a couple plays and listen to what people say who aren't breaking down the film saying, oh, he's not good, or he's good, all these different things. Reps matter, and the film matters, and there have been enough things for me through these last 4 games on film that tell me that he could potentially be a very, very talented quarterback in the NFL and be a legit starter. And this goes back to what we talked about a while. I don't know if I want that to be in Cleveland, because that's what I...
Yes, he got to go for his sake. If I'm Vegas, right, and Vegas is going to hire a draft pick, don't get me wrong. There's only 2 quarterbacks in this draft, if we're being honest here. It's 2 of them. More if he decides to come out, and then Mendoza, which I think Mendoza's just mid. I don't think he's that great. If I'm being honest, you look at his stats, he's not just, he had that one Ohio State game, everybody's singing his praise, but like, that's really it, if we being honest, right? I mean, you got the dude from Vanderbilt, I don't know, is he coming out? Yeah, he's old. I think he's the same age as Shedeur. Like, I'm just saying, if you just gave it a year, Cleveland's not, but if you send them to, hey, we're going to send you there, Gino, I'm sorry, brother, we got the, this is bad for you. Kenny Pickett, you're a career backup, Give him a developing coach who cares. He could be good, bro. I wouldn't want to do this. I would hate no quarterback. I don't care who you are, would want to be in position that Shedeur is in. I don't care who you are. Tom Brady was a backup who probably got first team reps. Shedeur didn't get first team reps till 4 weeks ago. And we treated like this dude was just a starter the whole season. Like Cam Ward, and it's ridiculous to me. It's so ridiculous.
If you see positive things from him, Skip, how are you feeling?
I'm with you on one thing. I have a hard time placing any kind of letter grade on a situation that was wrong place, wrong time, wrong team, wrong supporting cast, because I'm going to say what I said on Friday on this show. Pro Football Focus, your favorite website, ranks Cleveland's receiving core dead last, 32nd in the league. And to your point, now you don't have Njoku, which I didn't even know about that on Friday. You're throwing to Isaiah Bond and Larvadan at your wideouts. They're undrafted rookies. You're forcing 14 targets to Harold Fannin Jr., who's a third-round rookie, who's really good. I like him, but he's all you got. You're throwing him 14 balls against the most opportunistic secondary in football. They had 18 picks, now they have 21 picks. And they knew before you knew you're going to go to Harold Fannin Jr. You talked about the play that DeMarco Jackson made, the linebacker. It's to Fannin. Everything's to Fannin. It's all Shedeur's got. It's Fannin or bust. And they knew it, so he throws 14 balls to Harold Fannin Jr., and he catches 7 of them for 48 yards. And remember, the Browns defense had allowed 184 yards rushing to Tennessee in Cleveland. And so what did you think was going to happen with a Bears team that will run it down your throat? Well, they ran it for 142 yards.
See, Skip gonna tell the real. Now, he gonna sell. Now, he gonna sell for his player. He gonna sell it for who he likes. Hey, we all do it, but Skip, hey, This is his Tebow. To me, I think it's definitely a lot more talented Tebow who actually can play the position. But this is his Tebow, and I agree. You can say you're a Shedeur fan and whatever, super fan, whatever. But I agree, bro. Like, what do you want? What do you want people to be doing? Like, you 2 undrafted rookies, Jerry Jeudy, who's been atrocious this year by any standard, and a fan. Like, we 3 rookies in a bad, like, that's so bad. It's just like, and we know it. Love Junkins. Last 2 games, terrible. I get it. You need your line. But it's like, at a certain point, it's like, what do you want him to do? Now, if he was Lamar Jackson, he can drop back and just run every time, yes, but he gonna get hurt like Jackson Dart. He's gonna be in concussion protocol. This is just not good. I'm being honest with you. It's not. And the defense, that defense is ass. They were great. The last 3 games, I'll give them, they just not been good at all. At all. I'm just gonna be honest. Except for Myles Garrett. Let's shout out to you. Number 21, shout out to you, brother. Number 21 sack, sorry, not the actual number.
As Cody pointed out, 50 yards. It's just the supporting cast is wrong. And my conclusion, as I concluded in a video I posted last night, is it just feels wrong for Shedeur to be a Cleveland Brown. You were there. It's a hellhole for quarterbacks. I still don't like the organization. I still don't. The owner's like a Jerry Jones wannabe, another little bozo. And I just don't like the direction of it. Shedeur
Niggas hate Jerry Jones.
needs to get out. I just hope my New Year's wish for Shedeur is to get a fresh start with somebody who really wanted him. So that's
Gerald, are you going to give an opposing view at all, or are you on the Shedeur train as well?
What do you mean?
That was shady. He don't play because they be letting her slide. He don't let her slide. I be catching him. He don't let her slide.
Shedeur train.
Or you think all positive Shedeur?
Hey, no free promo. We can't do that. I ain't got no promo to give. I ain't trying to get my shit taken down. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Oh no, I'm gonna give him a letter grade.
All right, let's hear it.
He played
because kind of the chat right now is giving us a C and an F.
He failed.
They're not on the Shedeur train right now.
He failed. But you know what the problem with that is? It's just okay. I've been to take the name off the back of his jersey person since he got drafted. I'm not grading his name. I'm grading the player. I don't care where we feel like he should have got drafted. Oh, he should have been a first-round pick. He wasn't. He's a fifth-round pick. Stamp it. He's a fifth-round pick. He's a rookie. Stamp it. He's a quarterback. Stamp it. If his name was not Shedeur Sanders, all of our grading skills would be different. So I graded him based off the play. He's a fifth-round rookie. He failed against a defense who's been taking the ball away from everybody. They blitzed more than they blitzed all year. You know why? Because they knew he was a rookie. They took away his run game.
Well, they also knew that he's down 3 starters in the offensive line.
Even when they are starters they're 30th in PFF and pass.
Well, I got 32nd.
Yeah,
maybe they dropped.
But here's what I'm saying.
32nd.
Here's what I'm saying. So what? He had a bad day at the office. It's the NFL.
Yeah.
What is he going to do moving forward? That's what I'm concerned about. And you heard what he said. He make no excuses. He just.
Okay. So I do agree here, right? I do agree that with Gerald, that hey, look, he was a rookie. He definitely failed. It was not a good game. I've said that. I've stated that. And both sides are gonna mess up the grading system. I definitely agree here. But you do have to add certain things in there. The worst receiving core, the worst line. I mean, damn. And your defense doesn't play well, and you're running like you have to incorporate that. I'm sorry. And they have taken away from every quarterback, but damn, nigga, you give me the worst weapons to work with. That's like me going in there, I got a knife, I got a pencil, everybody else got guns, and I got hey man, if you survive, bro. But hey, look, if this person survives over you, they better than you. What you mean you got an AR? I got a pencil. I gotta do all this. All I'm saying is we have to incorporate stuff because we do that with every other quarterback. I was watching a show with Manuel Acho was talking to the old receiver for the Bengals with the ponytail. I don't want to mess up his name, so I'm not gonna even throw it out there. But he's on that show with Shady McCoy and them, the Speakeasy, and he was just like, the the receiver for the Bengals, the older receiver, he was like, yeah, if Joe Burrow had these other Patrick Mahomes defense, it wouldn't even be close to with these other quarterbacks. And they were like, well, if we take that into account, hey, he does have the greatest receiving core, right? In the NFL. You don't think if these other quarterbacks had that, how good would they be? So it's always a trade-off with shit. But my point is in saying that is one has a great defense and the other one has and like pretty good weapons, and the other one has a mid-tier defense and the top level of defense or offense. Sorry, Shedeur has none. He has Myles Garrett, who's a fucking dog. But that Browns defense is turned. They gave up on Stefanski, by the way. They are bottom of the bottom right now, the way they playing. They gave 31 to the Titans, and Shedeur, except for one time, put them in great field, but not like he was like in crazy field position. Yes, special teams messed up, so they had twice. That's like 14. Y'all gave up 31 points to them. Y'all gave up, 100, 200, damn near 200 yards of rushing? I'm just saying, at one point, I can't just look around and go, I got Myles Garrett and Fannin. That's going to do it. Like, no, bro. We have to incorporate that. I'm just being honest.
He's going to learn from it. The interceptions you talk about, he'll learn from it.
Yeah.
The second one, the controversial one, Judy should have called it. DV made a good play. Moving on.
But sometimes when you're a round dropping, you don't get a lot of time to work on it and learn from it.
I don't care about that. I'm grading the game yesterday. And what he can do from this is just learn from it, man. Like I know you feel like Tom Brady turned his back on him. He needs to go see him in the offseason. I'm going to tell you why. Because the thing with Shedeur is he's such a playmaker. You just got to learn how to adapt and adjust to how you want to make these plays.
I completely agree with what he's saying. I don't know what he's about to say, and I could be completely wrong. I don't mind having egg on my face. I'm not going to edit this out. Because I have the same thing sometimes with Caleb Williams, where they're so talented and they're always trying to make a play that sometimes you need to be a game manager. Like when Patrick Mahomes is at his best, and I know he's had some down stuff, but when you see him, he makes the easy plays when he needs to. He makes the check downs when he needs to. Then show off that talent when he needs to. Same thing with Matthew Stafford. He definitely needs to learn that. But you can only come with just reps. And again, to my earlier point, if he would have had, now this is 8th, 9th start instead of 4th, where would he be? Would he understand that better? What would have been his production then? I'm just saying.
How do you do that? Like for me, for instance, wasn't an overall great athlete. I wasn't super fast, wasn't super strong. But my mind put me in position to do what, like he said, if you get cover 4, the one thing I can't get beat on is the post. So when it looks like I'm making this amazing play, I am making an amazing play. But I knew beforehand that this is what I can't get beat. So I'm putting myself in position to do it. With Shedeur, understand who you are as an athlete, who you are as a player. So you can't always try and escape bailing out. You have to have more learn pocket feet, pocket presence, know where your escape lanes are. One of those blitzes, he was hot. The guy's coming, you got to know, okay, now I know I should be hot on this. Now I know that's something I can learn. Let me work with my receivers. Now I know to get the ball out after that. Where are my escape lanes? I need to learn to step up, slide, and then be able to make the throw. Forget the fact that he played bad yesterday. He's a 5th-round rookie. It's allowed, people. It's okay that Shedeur played bad. The problem is everybody put these unrealistic expectations on him, and then when he plays bad, now y'all get.
I agree. I hated this shit, and I'm sorry I'm pausing this again on this. YouTube, hey, don't get rid of me. I seen this on First Things First with Chris Broussard and Nick Wright. I seen this with Shady McCoy. He's going to outplay Caleb Williams. Why the fuck would you guys make that the narrative? Why? You know the type of pressure that is? A 5th-round quarterback in his 4th start going against a team that's now in the 2nd seed. My team, by the way. One of the best defenses, they're down that, and you go put that pressure on that young man? So now his doubters can even shit on him more? Now people can point to it more? Instead of being like, hey, we just want to see progression out of him. That's what we want to see. This other shit, like, it was crazy. It's like you're setting up to be killed. In a sense of online discussion, of course. That, hey, you gotta separate it out. But you can't, I hated it. I hated seeing it. That's why I didn't comment on it. I didn't say anything. I didn't post anything. I didn't tweet anything. Because I knew that just set somebody up to fail. If you were saying, hey, I think maybe go out there and get close to 200 yards, it's going to be negative 20, one of the coldest games. I seen a clip where somebody opened a pop and it froze while sitting at the game within like very quick timetable, within a minute. You know that's not a throwing weather. Now, Caleb got some good throws in there. Hey, but he's experienced. Look at the coach he has. Look at the offensive weapon he has. I know Rome was out, but you got two crazy stud tight ends. One's a rookie, but one's a super veteran. You got DJ Moore. You got Luther Burden. You got players over there. You got a crazy run game. One of the best lines in the NFL. Like, man, why would you set him up like that? They don't even have the same weapons. Like, come on. That was dumb to me. I didn't understand that at all. At all.
Giving all the people who were looking for him to fail a foothold. Now they saying, see, we told you. No.
Sorry to stop again. I don't know if Skip did that too, so I'm just saying, I don't know. Maybe he did. Maybe he did. I missed that show, so I don't know.
Grade him based off where he got drafted. Don't all week he should have been. He wasn't. It's a 5th round pick. He's in his 4th game. He's allowed to struggle versus a defense that everybody's been struggling against. Now we look at how do you improve from this? What do you learn from this? And that's what I took from the game. I'm giving him a letter grade. He failed, but it's okay. He's going to learn. Allow him grace to learn to play NFL football. I'm not looking at whether it's Cleveland or whether it's Baltimore or
Now, I got to do this, right? So, NFL, we got to look at this, right? NFL defenses ranked. Hold on. Let's see. Because I definitely think this is worth stating. Like, you have to put that out there, right? NFL defenses rankings 2025. Let's see. Let's see, right? So look at their final 4 games. The Bills are. I passed them. 10th. Oof. The top 10 defense. That's no good. Steelers are not that good though defensively. 28th. So you might be playing well there. And I think the Bengals terrible on defense. The worst in the league. So these games, I think he might ball. You're going against 2 great Aaron Rodgers out the door. But I'm just saying, you got to get that to him. You're going to have to do that because you have to look at that also. That's very important if we're being real. So that's, you know, the Bears that's no
grading
joke.
The player. Give the kid some grace. He's in his 4th game. He's still learning. He will learn from all of the mistakes and all of the positives. But all that extra was this and no. So what? If he got an A, a B, a C, D, he give him a grade. But what you do moving forward, I call it so what now what? He played great last week. What happens moving forward? He played bad the next week. Okay, well, what happens moving forward? The great thing is he's been named the starter the rest of the year, correct? So he got more opportunities. Learn from this. It's a new game next week. Let's just keep moving forward.
I give him a C-.
That's a pretty balanced take here, man. Like I said earlier, that would kind of was my take. Close to it is like that. That is the balance of it all. You can say he fails, but it's not the thing. Now, you can say, we didn't do that to Dylan Gabriel. I completely agree. There's no lies told. But what did Dylan Gabriel show you in those starts? That's my point. So even if it was just mid or he played bad, what were like the sparks? Like at least when you watch Shedeur, you see the arm challenge, you see it, like you see it. If he gets reined in with a coach that believes in him, like Caleb Williams went from Eberflus to damn, Caleb might be ass to damn, they might need to get up off him to now with Ben Johnson, they're looking at Caleb was one of the best quarterbacks in the league. You know, he got to work on that completion percentage. I know, but I'm just saying, you know, Stefanski's he's a 2-time coach of the year, I believe, but he's ass, bro. It's so like you can't. I just wish we didn't grade people on his curve. So, I mean, yeah, Dylan, I guess you got to get that to him, but he showed zero sparks, and at least Shedeur showing something probably in an organization, in a game plan that's probably the worst in the league, if we're being completely honest.
Passing.
He ain't failed in my opinion because it's whether you're a 5th round pick, a 2nd round pick, an undrafted free agent, it's still all about the team. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna grade you on, did he have help? Did he not have help? How did we play as a team? That's gonna dictate, you know what I'm saying, what kind of grades you get. So a C minus is like a 69.5, right, Skip? Like, like I passed, but she ain't that good.
69 would still be a D.
That's a D.
70.
So what's a C?
Hey, no, hey. Some colleges now, 69. Hey, they do what 60s a D. And just depending on how shitty the school is now. He ain't talking about upper school. He talking about getting on what school he talking about. Just putting that out there.
70%.
Yeah, so I feel like a 69.9.
But you're rounding up.
didn't go-
69.5, you round up.
You round it up. Yeah, so that's where the minus
you
comes.
grade it on
So
the
a
curve.
70 is a C.
You grade on a curve. So
A 70 is a C though, right? So if you give him a C minus, that means it had to been like a 69 high, and we
No,
No,
rounded
that
it
means
up.
70 is a
75
C
to
minus.
70.
You feel me?
A 75 is a C. A C plus would be
So a 70 is a C minus?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been getting C minuses and shit. I've been getting straight C's, you feel me?
Leave.
But nah,
C's get degrees.
they get degrees, man, and they get the cheese. And I just say he ain't have a lot of help, man. He don't got the running game that Dylan Gabriel had. He don't even got the defense that Dylan Gabriel had. Like I want to see him play with that defense and that run game.
Yep.
Like I wish we could have got to see him
Where's
with
that
those
defense
two.
right now?
I mean, it's football.
Man, I don't know. It sounds bad when you just put it like that. Sounds like an excuse made. I know I made that same point with it, but I don't know. I'm iffy about it. I'm iffy with you, Keith. I'm here, but I ain't like. I'm iffy about how you're stating it. If you can say, "Hey, look," I think a better way to say that is, when Dylan Gabriel was there, maybe that was the first shot of energy there. They hadn't completely gave up on Stefanski. But I do think at this point they gave up on Stefanski, especially after that loss to the Titans, what bad they played. I know that was just last week, but I think that carried over. And they are hurt, so it's really not the same line at all. But we have to just put that in there. If I'm just being real, we have to. All right, man, let's jump back into this video, man. You want to hear some dumb stuff I just did, man? I just did a whole last of this, and I forgot to press record. So I had to redo this part again. So let's rewatch this.
And they get the cheese. And I just say he ain't have a lot of help, man. He don't got the running game that Dylan Gabriel had. He don't even got the defense that Dylan Gabriel had. Like I want to see him play with that defense and that run game.
Yeah.
Like I wish we could have got to see him.
Any clarification on here? If you know, just whatever. I agree. The offensive line is completely depleted, which obviously that affects the running game because everything's connected in football. So it's just been bad. I mean, you give somebody 25 yards of rushing with no offensive line and be like, go win the game, man. I think would I give him a C, maybe a D, but like you can't just totally fail him with those type of optics. Say what you want, but like he don't even have the bare minimum. I mean, your defense has just been atrocious. So give him the bare minimum offense, man. That's all I'm saying. The bare minimum.
Where's
With
that
those
defense
two.
right now?
I mean, it's football. You get late in the season, you trash. Guys start going out on
that's
Wednesdays
exactly
and Thursdays.
right. Yep.
The diets change.
Yep.
Your fly-in routines change. Like
Yep.
guys just say, man, it's over with. So your routines change.
Yeah.
Guys on the defense, you get 3-4 guys on the defense and stop giving a fuck, and then they just turn
That is
trash.
correct.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Same on the offense. O-line started
with
getting
you.
hurt. It's not the same. It's not the same run game. So with no help, if you got no help like that and you grade out a C minus, man, that ain't too fucking bad. You know what I'm saying? I think the first pick was all on Shedeur. He could have layered that throw a little bit, got it up and down over him.
And that's one thing I always like. That's one thing about being a former player when you're giving analysis on this. Like, it's that analysis of, man, when you're in the media, you don't know that. Like, you do, but you won't say it because you're trying to drive a narrative. And that's one thing players will do. Everybody knows at the end of the season, what you trying to do? Man, I don't care about the season. We trash. I might be signed. I ain't trying to hit certain incentives anymore. I don't care. We're going out. That's stuff that people don't know. Yes, if you're really that guy, you're not going to do that. quote unquote. That's what everybody's gonna push that narrative. But we know what's going on. People are human. People are human, bro. This happens every time. Stuff changes, people change, and it's not the same juice we had. Now, can you put that on Shedeur? Yes, a little bit. Maybe that San Francisco game he plays a little bit better. Maybe there's still juice, but I don't know. I think when your offensive line gets hurt like that and you have like no running game, I don't know. It's just a lot, and everybody noticed that. So hopefully they're in the locker room. They don't do that, man. He just won Offensive Rookie of the Week last week, so there has to be that. I get if you are a veteran in this and you're like, man, I don't got time to do a whole rebuild. I get it, but it's just the insight. I like it, and there are people who call this excuses, but these are good reasons.
Shit, the second pick, I'll say that's a fucking top 10 play by DB this year. You know what I'm saying? It's 20 safeties in the league who can't make that play. You start from the line of scrimmage, and I'm gonna put it on the line. It's just not gonna go high pointed and make that play. They're not gonna have the acceleration to get to that spot and make that play. Shit, it's 25 corners who can't make that play from the line of scrimmage.
And if you had a true wide receiver one, they would have got that ball.
See, she be adding stuff in there. That don't make no sense now. No, they wouldn't have got that ball. Now, if you want to say, hey, a real wide receiver one might maybe give him more open lanes, cool. But, like, no. I don't care if he was Jerry Rice himself, Randy Moss, no blasphemy, unless you're throwing it up to him. That might get picked off. It was underthrown, and it was just a good play, but it wasn't the best throw.
The receiver did what the receiver do. It's the quarterback and the DB. So I felt like if he wouldn't have picked it, the ball would have been a good ball. It was on target. And then the third pick, shit, that should have been an extra 30 yards. Got him up to 200 and a touchdown. So that hit you in your chest. You Judy.
Oh, that was the second one.
Yeah, Judy. I'm harping on this. I've said this a couple times. Yeah, Judy, you gotta get up out of there, man. That's just bad. Hand placement, ball placement, whatever. If you're a wide receiver one, true, you catch that. So, I mean, at the end of the day, if you feel that Shedeur, this is why you get extra hate on you too. By the way, that was a terrible move, especially all the drops you had this year. I think from there, you're never going to be able to recover. You're going to have to do a change of scenery, become a wide receiver 3 on a decent team. And that's going to be your career from now, unless you get drastically better, which, as you've seen in the past, is not going to happen at this point in your career. So, yeah, you did it to yourself, though, man. You really shouldn't. I don't understand why you did that one. I don't get it.
I was like, you Judy.
Oh, come on.
Come on, bro. If I put the ball on your chest, you catch that, get your feet in. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And
I'm not sold on
double-digit millions.
And if he catches that, it's 21-10 now? And
Exactly.
Who knows?
It might be a different ball game.
So be doing all that
So
on the sideline.
I don't know.
Not if you doing that.
He held the ball a little bit late in the game.
See, he said it there. He caught that too. Hey, don't be going all in my face, screaming, doing all this, and you go pull something like that. Don't ever do that to me again. That was Judy. I don't know why Judy. I get it. Tempers flare, but that was terrible for him.
James trying to create and got sacked from just, like you said, we pressing. Now I'm holding it just because I don't want to throw no check down. Shit, I'm trying to make a play.
Yeah.
And he getting sacked late in the game, so it is what it is. That'll drop your grade a little bit. So, hey.
Okay.
You missed, then he missed. He hit 2 throws, and then he missed one. You know what I'm saying?
Over to Judy?
Yeah.
Nah, to Bond, where Bond was running free.
Yeah.
They dropped.
Hey, when I watched that Bond throw, I'm not gonna lie, I was lucky. It was weird how it just dropped like a dead bird out the sky, like somebody popped it out the sky. But that's just the wind, bro. Like, again, these are extreme elements. I think they said one of the coldest games at Soldier Field in Chicago in history. This is like extreme. So the wind definitely caught that ball, and again, maybe he has more throws, I don't know. Who knows? But stuff like that happened as a rookie.
Like right here.
Air the wind got him.
He just missed the throw. You know what I'm saying? That might have been a touchdown. So
Okay, one last positive point. Early on, blindside corner blitz comes unblocked.
Yeah.
And Shedeur, listen, he can move.
he sidestepped that shit so quick.
Yeah. Nice.
He made him miss. And he can run it upfield. So,
That was third down, too.
He made a great. You talking about the third down? He ran for the first down. Yeah, it was great.
I will say, though, to Gerald's point, I thought he did a better job of stepping up. Now, when you talk about rush lanes, I think there are times he could take off and just slide, get a couple yards. I thought he did a better job of stepping up instead of bailing right away, which he struggled with in the first couple of starts. I thought he did a better job stepping up, to your point though, holding the ball, is it him just trying to make a big play? Is it him?
All that shit came when it was.
Yeah, I think the third sack was the first time he got the first holding the ball a little too long, and then at the end of the game, fourth down. I'm not counting that last one. I don't care. It's fourth down.
I mean, that's another
fourth and
one.
goal. You got
it. They trying to find somebody and drop 7 guys.
Maybe he could hit right now to that, but you don't even know if they get in.
If you talk to the Shedeur haters, he should have made that play. If you talk to them, he should have made that play. That sack is on his record. They're gonna bring that up. There's no nuance in these conversations, so I'm just glad they point that out. And this is why I love former players talking, because they just give you that insight, man. They give you that like when you watch something like a reporter that's trying to make a name for himself, you see the extra. They're just super tough on them, right? You see the Jason Whitlock's animal that I don't want to say. It's just any little thing they shit on them, and like I get it, you're trying to bring money and revenue, but like you're just like acting like it's YouTube. I gotta cuss like a weird person. A POS for what reason? Though? Like why shit on this kid? And like I just hate those types. Just because you know it's gonna drive numbers. If you say what you want, and I don't know if people know this, but if you don't, LeBron, Shedeur, I don't know, Patrick Mahomes, Steph Curry. It's certain names that when you say that name, you talk good or you talk bad about it, it's going to drive your ratings, going to drive revenue, it's going to drive viewership. Obviously, all those are intertwined. I might have said the same thing twice. Who cares? But I'm just saying, it just drives those. So that's all they're doing. It's not fresh. So it's good to get a refreshing. And don't get me wrong, sometimes Skip and Akib are known to do this, but it's good to just hear a refreshing take on it from Gerald of his view on this.
And so I'm not counting that, but I do think his feet were better at stepping up in the pocket and not being too quick to bail out.
Yeah.
So obviously Cleveland, a tough situation for Shedeur. Where would you want Shedeur to go if there was
I want him to stay right in Cleveland, man.
You want him in Cleveland?
Get the staff right. I just like I don't like running from problems. Like it's tough, right? Well, what the fuck we running for? Jackson State was tough. Colorado was tough. Change this shit around. That look better to me than going to a big dog organization.
So you said Cleveland. You said Cleveland.
I mean, they had a top draft class, a Shedeur draft class.
Where he got drafted
Is one of the top draft classes. They got they gonna have a high draft pick. You know what I'm saying? You could bring somebody in, get somebody who can cook that shit up, man. The defense solid. At the beginning of the year, that defense gonna be ready to play, man.
I'm sorry, I can't listen to this dumb shit. Since 1999, they ain't figured it out. They ain't figured it out. They don't care. It's been a shit organization. I don't care anymore. We don't have to let a couple of them off. I hate when people say this. You gonna be that guy? You gonna be that guy anywhere? Stop it. They continue to treat quarterbacks like they treat them like shit. They do. Here's one right here. I'm not saying he's a world beater. I'm not saying he wasn't who he was. But he messed him up too. We got to be honest about it. What are we doing? Come on now. Well, you're going to have to do it here. I'll respect it. Come on now. That's that Rashad McCants logic. Like you ain't go somewhere else. Don't do that. Keep. You went to a couple other places to figure something out. Don't do that. Come on. Let's be real about stuff now. You figure, you know what's going on. Trade or not, you know.
I want him to change. Baker had him in the playoffs and winning playoff games.
But what they do to Baker? He won a playoff game.
But I ain't talking about.
Great point. Yes.
But they need a new staff.
Change that shit around.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm just a huge I'm a huge proponent in where you got drafted. Changed life there. When I became a free agent, my free agency was coming up. I had every opportunity to leave Tampa. Every opportunity. I said, you know what? When I left Tampa, I had been there almost 10 years.
Yeah.
And our relationship just soured. But when I had a chance to leave Tampa, I said, forget this, man. They brought me here because this team and city is built on defense.
They won the Super Bowl in your organization. They've been close. They've been competitive some seasons. Yeah, they didn't make the playoffs, but you cannot compare that to the Cleveland Browns. Let me just look this up because I was looking at this earlier, right? Let's do this. Who is the worst team in the NFL all time? Okay, sorry. Worst franchises. Let me switch that up. Ooh, I just messed that up. No, I'm good. Look who number one is, according to ChatGPT. The Lions, they came around after a while. What happened? Coach came, changed the culture. 2 coaches, because they had Ben Johnson too. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Number one. You can say the Commanders, but again, look at the weapons he had last year. McDaniels. Look at that. Number one. It's not even close.
The guy who changed everything was that guy in the middle. His name was Warren Sapp. They drafted me to be the next one. So I could have easily said, you know what, forget this, man. This ain't looking good, whatever. I think we had 1 win at that point when I re-signed with Tampa. This was 2014. I re-signed the middle season. I could have waited to free agency, the offseason, just said, forget this. I'm going to a contender.
They had just won a Super Bowl before you, right?
No, I got that. No, they didn't win this. They won Super Bowl in 2002.
Okay, but I mean, it's still it's a good organization.
But what I'm saying is, you don't run from your problems. Shedeur's one of those guys.
So you're out on Cleveland.
Run from you're not running when they don't care for you. You know what the biggest thing what you said is? They probably wanted you, they drafted you there to do that. They didn't want to draft him. Somebody did in that organization. The coaches didn't. It's a whole difference than wanting to be somewhere on top of that also. You have to add that in.
He's one of those guys.
We wanted to go to a powerhouse.
You won't just leave it. Okay,
when he joined
okay, Skip. Which one is going to mean more?
What the fuck the Raiders
stay here at Cleveland. He stay here at Cleveland and change things around. Or again, y'all giving people a chance to say, oh, well, he left and went here, but look at everything around him. He got this and this and this and this and this, and then he becomes Jalen Hurts.
Why did he just say that was a point that I was good? A Super Bowl MVP, 2 Super Bowl appearances. Does he have his flaws? He does. But people put him in the top 10 quarterbacks in the league. Couple years now. Don't say it like that's a horrible thing. Don't do that. In a city that does believe in him. A coaching staff and organization that does believe in him. A.J. Brown had his flaws on him. I get it. Don't compare those situations ever. That's not the same. Come on now. 1, option A. I stay where they don't like me. They don't kind of know I'm in there and they're looking for a chance to make me fail from the coaches up. Who I don't know who, if it's the GM or the owner who had that say. Who knows? B. I'm not saying, who knows? Maybe they get option B, I'll say this first. Option B, I go somewhere, everything's kind of around me, they want to build with me, and I can build with them, and everybody's like, you got all these, it's not Shedeur, you got all these toys around him, but he's winning, and he's actually wanted somewhere. Now, if option A changes to them actually wanting him there, changes my opinion. It does. But stop it. Stop acting like it's the same thing. Like he went first round and they're not good, and now he should find a team that's good. It's not the same thing. Stop trying to do that. The same. Stop. Don't do that.
Exactly.
Where would you say that?
What's wrong with that, though? What's wrong? Because in my opinion,
what does everybody say about Jalen Hurts?
Quarterback.
What does everybody say about Jalen Hurts?
They say he the MVP.
He's a Super Bowl MVP.
They say Jalen Hurts is the top around him.
Who gives a shit what they say about him? You want a Super Bowl MVP?
But what I'm saying is,
with a great
which
supporting
one
cast.
would be more? If he stays in Cleveland and change life there, and he go through the tough times and he changed life in Cleveland, or if he just, let's just go, that's not what he's built on.
I don't care about me anymore.
That's not how he's built.
I'm choosing option B then. I'm going to the
That's not how
team
he's
with a
built.
great supporting cast. I'm not saying that should.
When have they ever done that? When have they ever done that? Name a time they've ever done that. Name a time they've ever done that. Do the hard time, stuck with a quarterback and tried to build with him. Because they got Baker out of there. Baker should be their quarterback now. They should be competing for something now because they built that team up, they kept the quarterback, and they didn't need to rebuild. Stop it. Just stop doing that. These are not smart arguments. What does their history tell you?
I think
can't turn it around.
He's been through this.
Yes, he has. He did it at Jackson State. He did it at Colorado. Oh, me.
So you're
but look, it's all I'm not going to say that it's you're comparing different situations. I'm just saying the common denominator is being a quarterback in Cleveland. I don't think they do right by their quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. Even when they had a good one in Baker Mayfield, he wins your first playoff game in 26 years. The next year they go 8-9. He plays through a shoulder injury. Trading your ass to Carolina. No thanks. No? Okay, we're done.
You know how crazy that is, your first playoff win and and you get rid of him? Can you believe that? Think about that. Think about how disheartening that must feel. Because 1 year you guys were just so-so and you knew he was hurt. Instead of being like, okay, let's get you healthy. Come on. We're going to give you... This is Cleveland. Because what happens if Shedeur does play well next year, but then they're ass? What do you think the fans are going to want with it? They're going to get rid of him. It just is what it is. This is what happens.
I don't trust that they're going to do right by Shedeur. You can talk about being a deep tackle and being a defensive
the head
system.
coach is going to be gone, right?
But listen, Gerald,
better be.
You can talk about being a defensive tackle in a great system. You were a hell of a player. You had a good, I'm not saying you had a great defense around you. You can still make big plays individually. As a quarterback, it is more important than any other position in all of professional sports that you are in the right situation, the right fit, the right offense, and the right guys around you
So
to have a chance to succeed.
Stefanski going to be there at the end of the year?
I have no idea.
So where is he gonna go?
Exactly. He didn't want to hear that point, though. That's a good point. Everything needs to fit. Everything needs to fit for it to work. If your coach doesn't believe in you, what quarterback have we ever seen a coach does not believe in you at all? The organization don't believe in you. They reluctantly had to make you play. And it's been a dog shit organization for years, and that's been successful. When? Oh, that player has been. Everybody's going to gloss over that point. I wish somebody would just bring that up. Who has been in the situation when the quarter? Nobody believes in them at all. You got the other quarterbacks girl talking about, oh, they actually want my boyfriend to start. Who? We won't bring that up, will we? We have to have that caveat. Cody's gonna speak it. He been through there. He's seen it. Anybody that used to play for that organization, they probably tell you the same thing he said. It sounds good when you play with Peyton Manning and Tom Brady. It sounds good when you played on Tampa and you actually had some talent at one point. You was on them trash teams, I know. You ain't played a quarterback for the Cleveland Browns. You know how that goes. He knows how that goes. He knows. Johnny Manziel tell you the same thing. What did Baker Mayfield say? The same exact thing. He knows what that kid is going through. Y'all don't. Stop doing it.
Like, what are we talking about? We don't talk about
everything y'all saying can be done. Everything y'all saying can be done.
But it hasn't
It's only
been
about
done.
3
And
landing
maybe
spots.
this is just scar tissue, Skip. Maybe this is just scar
What do you
tissue.
think?
It's only
but
about
I
3
don't
landing
trust
spots.
it.
You get
Raiders?
Stefanski out there,
Well-
so start with the coach,
Okay.
and then you just start building around him. If he's your guy, you just put pieces
It's easy,
around
right?
him.
They've done it since 1999. It's so easy. Why they haven't figured it out in 26 years,
And
Gerald?
who's been the quarterback?
Ooh.
40
What?
guys.
If y'all really-
Who picks the quarterbacks? What are you talking about? That was terrible. That was terrible. That was a horrible... Jesus Christ. What are they putting around the quarterbacks? You thought he did something on that.
Gerald?
Who's been the quarterback?
He thought he said something. Look how he looked. Mm-hmm.
40-something guys.
If y'all believe
including
that this is
ass.
the guy, if y'all
Got his
believe
ass
that
kicked.
this is the guy,
Yeah.
then you just build around him.
I agree, but what gives you confidence after how they did Baker and how they've done other quarterbacks that they're going to give him time to develop and build around him and not go draft a guy in the first round next year or give Watson the starting job right when he comes back?
That's PTSD you talking about right now.
Fair.
That's what I said.
It's realistic.
I'm talking about big picture. I'm
So
talking about
big picture, what's some ideal landing spots that you think is?
That's PTSD, but it's actually the truth. That's PTSD, but that's the truth. Come on now. What are we talking about right now? What are we doing? We know exactly what's going on. Stop doing that.
I mean,
I know,
before the
maybe
season,
the
I
Dolphins,
thought
Saints,
him being
Raiders.
with
The
Las
Raiders?
Vegas, yeah.
But what the fuck is the difference?
I agree. Now
they trash
I'm saying-
too.
And they're
Like, what's the
trash
fuck?
too.
What's the point of going there?
why? Because
They
it's
been-
Baker.
This is the point that, again, I hate saying this, but I'm going to say it again. They actually, if they trade for him, that means they want him there. They want him to start. He's going to feel welcomed. I don't care if they're ass again next year. He's going to feel welcome somewhere instead of feeling not welcome there. That's a big difference for especially a quarterback. You guys know this. Maybe you don't know that. You guys were not quarterbacks. You guys were skill positions. It's different. Sometimes with a corner, no, don't get me wrong, everything's still connected. But quarterback is the one position that literally everything you do is connected. I need a line, I need a run game, I need a defense, I need receivers. It's so much into that. Come on now.
Try as long as Cleveland.
Who are
been
you
trying.
throwing to?
They had a one playoff.
And on top of that,
just
play
like Cleveland
calling.
had one playoff appearance.
The same
They
thing. You
garbage,
got one
bro.
dominant defensive lineman.
What's the difference?
Literally the same thing.
Where else? Where else? Arizona.
Dolphins.
Yeah,
That's
I was
right,
going to say,
Dolphins.
if whatever happens with Tua, keep an eye on Miami.
Hey.
If,
The
Hey.
Dolphins, we said the head coach should get fired. Now y'all want him to just go to Miami?
Well, they just won 4 straight games.
Yeah.
Right?
Man, come on, man. Richie just okay. The same thing you said about Cleveland, Richie said about Miami. He said it's
Dumb.
It's not as bad as this. Stop it. We gotta just stop it, bro. Miami organization, not the greatest. If they've had stints, come on. We gotta stop, bro. The Cleveland Browns are the worst franchise. Stop. We gotta do better, bro. Now, don't get me wrong. If he can turn around that franchise, there's no denying him. But come on now. We gotta be real. They're not gonna give him time to develop. They're not gonna give him time to struggle and be good and actually grind and be good. He's on the hot seat. Stop doing that. You know that. I know that. Stop.
dumpster fire. Exactly. But you want him to go there. Come on,
I mean, what have they done though? Like what
are we doing?
What have they done with their quarterbacks?
What are we doing?
Miami.
Well,
You have
What's so special about that?
Okay,
They
what
can
Mike
run it with
McDaniel did with Tua was he made
Yeah.
miracles.
Yeah.
He was a
what-
miracle worker.
Well, I'm talking about like winning. Like what
Wait.
have they won?
Well,
Hey, what if
speaking of-
Tyreek comes back fairly full
He
speed?
needs a receiver. Yeah, give him a
come
solid
on now.
receiver.
Now, we put a little extras on it now.
You
Don't put a little
think
extras on it.
realistically?
That was a little extra. Come on now. He's not going to do that with Tyreek. Yeah, stop now. Come on now. Let's put extras on it. I don't think he can go and take Tua's position. Tua's established quarterback. I'm not saying he's not better, but they're not going to do that.
Keith, that they're going to do right by him. You think they're going to get the guys around him? You think they're going to give him a chance to succeed?
Man, it's the NFL, man. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the coaches do what the fuck the coaches do. If you one of them guys, I had 8 different head coaches, 8 different D coordinators, bro. I'm gonna be lead wherever the fuck I go.
Didn't answer the question at all. At all. Didn't answer the question whatsoever. Like, what are we doing? Answer the question. No, you don't think that. You're not going to be whoever in different positions. Stop it. You became lead. You were decent, but you became lead. We in Broncos, we remember lead. Let's not forget that. And you had everything around you where you could really do your thing. Don't do that.
Yeah.
Simple as that, bro. Y'all can do whatever y'all want. We see what Shedeur is. Give him a good OC, put a healthy line in front of him, a good defense. He gonna show your ass, bro. It ain't all that other shit is for the birds.
Okay, but
eat, bro.
wait a second.
I don't doubt that he'll eat. I want him to have the chance to succeed and eat. That's what I'm saying.
Well, wait a second. You got to play with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady, and
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Tell him, Skip.
then you get to go play with Peyton Manning and John Elway, right?
Well, you talking about year 7, year 8.
Okay,
What about
but
the Greg Schianos and all of those guys? I jumped out the porch with them too.
I was there.
I had to go through all that shit. Skip,
Yeah, Skip saying that's bullshit. Nah, Gerald, because he going to your point now. Now you don't stick up for him because you know that's bull. You know that, man. But let me see if there's anything else I got to watching this.
I ran through a skip. I was there.
We don't know where Shedeur's gonna land, but people.
But that's the end of the video, man. For me, reacting to this. At the end of the day, man, I want Shedeur to do well, man. I want him. I think he could be great. I think so. I think he can, man. We rooting for you, Shedeur. Just got to put it together, man. But again, man, I'm trying to build this community, man. I'm on the road to build this page. Super dedicated to it. I love doing this. More reactions coming. This is my thing, man. So this is Cash Club TV, and we out.